And I stand on that word to say, anyone that has steered this crisis and have put Ondo State in this situation, cause be unto them. Because unless we do not need it, you can play your politics in a way that you can get whatever you want to get. Let me tell you, the battle that you have faced in the past few weeks, nobody has ever witnessed it.
Okay, could this allegation of mismanagement of state funds be the reason for this drama that we are seeing? Could it be the genesis of the impeachment process? What do you think? I'm just asking.
Well,
because at that time we heard in the news that it was alleged to have mismanaged state funds.
I have just told you. Ayedatiwa had enemy within and enemy without. Enemy within were cabinet members who want to become governors, and cabinet members who want to produce governors.
Okay.
Enemy without were aspirants outside the cabinet who want to become governor, and leaders who want to produce governors. So it's in between. You will agree with me that Ayedatiwa joined this government in the second term. People have spent 4 years together. They had already had deals together. They have known themselves. It's very new in the administration, close to 3 years. The question you ask yourself is that where these people, have they not been having business?
Who are these people you're referring to?
I'm talking about the cabinet members.
Okay.
Have they not been having businesses together? Are we saying that for the 4 years that business were transacted, now if a deputy governor that does not have approving power will be alleged in that manner, that was why people like us did not take it seriously, because they were only trying to confuse the society. But for people like us, we knew that it was just politics. And the politics of it is that let's see how we can disorganize this person and at once exit him. And if he's exited, any of us, everybody have his own game.
Mr.
Can be given the opportunity to occupy his position. And by so doing, they will know that is -1 for allegations. And I want to say, it looks like by the current position today, event has overtaken all those one. You will agree with me that today the House of Assembly have withdrawn their appeal. I mean, the litigation they filed at the appeal court. So by implication, political solutions within themselves have already been given, because everybody now realize that can the two work together? I said there's an agreement. Can there be any stealing? If this and this did not follow, how can there be any stealing when I do not have
because
power?
The reason what I was going to ask is, there are two issues regarding this mismanagement of funds allegation. First is, was there any missing fund? The second issue is, was he wrongfully accused? Now, there should be some sort of clarification, because before we can, get to the roots of this matter, we have to be able to understand what exactly transpired.
The point I'm making is that the Commissioner of Finance, the Accountant General, they are in charge of the finance of Ondo State.
That's right.
They are the one to tell us whether there's any missing funds or not. And at worst, the law allows an individual to write to the head of service to get detailed information about the transaction of a government under the Freedom of Information Act. So, with all that transacted, there were no evidence that there were missing funds. You see, in law, when you accuse somebody about impeachment, you must also provide the particulars. You will agree with me that those petitions were not attached with any particulars. So, by so doing, they do not need to be replied or to be treated. So, that is the reality.
There was no concrete evidence against him.
No concrete, no part. Because the law is so clear by saying that when you say somebody steal, attach the particular. How, where, how did they steal? Once that is done, everybody will, to be so clear to anyone. Once the particular is not attached, it looks like some people just come together and say, let's look for something to distract. The game was just distracting mannerism to distract the deputy governor.